All right, guys, today we're going to talk about a timely topic, government shutdowns and how they affect the real estate market. Now, if you're looking to buy or sell, or maybe you're not, it's just a good thing to know about for your future purchase. Government shutdowns have happened 22 times since 1976 when they have the most modern budgeting system. And so it's something that doesn't just affect the government. There's a trickle-down effect, and it affects many industries, including the real estate one. So let's jump in. So the main way we see real estate getting affected by government shutdowns are some of the agencies that help along the way during the closing process. That's loans. And there's a couple different type of loans that can usually be the ones most affected. And now that's, to no surprise, ones that are government run, like FHA loans, VA loans. Also, there's some agricultural loans to be aware of. And a sneaky one is flood zones. So let's talk about each one and how they can be affected. So when it comes to FHA, VA, and even agricultural loans, these are all very similar. They're government-run agencies, and if they're completely paused or they're scaling back, it can take longer for that loan process. I think the most important thing to do as a buyer or seller is make sure your agent is communicating with the lender and getting a realistic sense of when you're going to close. No one wants to get a week before the closing date and find out that it's going to get pushed off another 2 weeks or another month. It's not great for anyone for the moving process. It's already enough of a headache having to move into a new home. You don't want your timeline to get bumped around. So start with a realistic one. The other thing for buyers and buyers agents, where I think you can get a leg up in the offer process, is offer to close before the closing date if you're able to get a loan sooner. So I submitted a VA loan this week, and one of the things we did was our lender said it would take, normally a 30-day closing would now be like a 45 or 50-day closing. So one of the things we did, we said we want 50 days to be able to close to protect my client, and then to give them a little bit of reassurance, we say, and we'll close on or before 30 days from today. So if the loan is ready in 30 days, we know most sellers are ready to go. They want to move on to the next step in life. If you can close in 30 days, do it. It's a win for everyone. Now, one of the tricky ones not a lot of people think about are flood zones. Now remember, FEMA, it's a government-run agency, and sometimes when there's government shutdowns, they pause or there's a delayed process in renewing or giving new insurance policies. So if you're all of a sudden closing this week and you need to contact FEMA and get a new policy, and they're like, hey, it's 30 days before we can give anyone a new policy, that's going to delay your closing because the bank will not let you close without a FEMA insurance policy. So these are definitely things to be thinking about. Now, if you're just starting your buying process, you're probably fine. You're probably in good shape. This is really going to affect the people that are in the process of an offer being accepted and closing. If you're starting to look, the reason you're probably fine is most closings are between 30 and 45 days. And I think the longest government shutdown ever was under 40 days. It was 30 something days. We'll call it 35. I think it was 32 actually. But anyways, the longest one, it was under 40 days. So I don't see this really affecting anyone. You could get an offer accepted today and close in 35 days and hopefully government's back up and running, but we'll see. The other area we might see where there's an effect is in building new homes. Again, this is such a short piece of time that I don't think it's going to affect it in a drastic way, but for a lot of developers, it's creating a little bit of headache because it's taking longer to get permits with some governments. So, but yeah, for the main part, most of you buyers, most of you sellers, it's going to be affected in the loan process and the timeline you closing. So make sure your agent is communicating, make sure you're talking to your lender. Hope you like this video, subscribe, like it if you don't mind, and hope you have a great week and not one that ends in a delayed closing. We'll see you in the next video.